Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Meghan was seen out and about in Santa Barbara. She was described as sporting a relaxed look, donning a baseball cap and opting for a black long-sleeved shirt, leggings, trainers and sunglasses, while casually exploring the town not far from her and Prince Harry's Montecito residence. Royal expert Kinsey Schofield told GB News, "In Montecito, it seems like Harry and Meghan's star has fallen quite a bit. Montecito bookstores are refusing, I shouldn't say refusing, there's just no interest in Endgame." This from The Times, my friend Kieran Southern breaking this story that Montecito bookstores are not covering Endgame, that Montecito neighbours are uninterested and appalled by the way that Harry and Meghan are not respecting their elders, and it seems like they're being very cruel towards their family members. So a lot of the neighbourhood saying that they are uninterested in the Sussexes and don't respect them or appreciate the way they've treated their family. On Tuesday, Harry's 3-day High Court case against the Home Office commenced with the submission of written statements from both parties. In the morning's proceedings, which Harry did not attend, his representative, Shahid Fatima, KC, argued that Harry was unjustifiably treated less favourably than others in terms of security arrangements. Meanwhile, the Home Office countered by highlighting the issue of finite public resources. The New York Post printed a piece by Piers Morgan who says of Harry, "The beleaguered royal seems to spend more time fighting legal battles these days than Donald Trump. The only difference being that unlike Trump, whose poll numbers soar even higher with each appearance in front of judges, Harry's popularity craters even deeper the more he moans, sues and plays the oppressed victim. This time he'll be waging a 3-day fight in London's High Court to argue he should be granted automatic police protection whenever he is in the UK, a privilege that was removed by the British government Home Office after he and wife Meghan flounced off to California in January 2020. His demand perfectly personifies what the once beloved prince has become since quitting Britain and the royal family nearly 4 years ago, a petulant, entitled, hypocritical little brat who wants to have his regal cake and eat it too. He thinks he and Meghan should be allowed to absolve themselves from any official royal duties, but still be allowed the same benefits that come with being a working member of the royal family, like personal protection from the elite, highly trained cops who take care of the royals. Harry also thinks they should keep such privileges despite relentlessly trashing the royals and the monarchy on every available media platform they can persuade to pay the treacherous little ratbags large pieces of silver to do so. So my response to Harry demanding royal protection when he and his family come to the UK is the same one Elon Musk gave last week to advertisers who quit X, which begins with go and ends with yourself. But I think it's time for further punitive action against a couple who profess to hate the monarchy but love to trade off their royal titles to enrich themselves. British politician Bob Seeley is proposing a new amendment to a 1917 Act of Parliament which will advise the ancient Advisory Privy Council to formally strip the Duke and Duchess of Sussex of all their royal titles. As he says, if someone doesn't want to be a royal, that is a decision we respect, but they should not keep the titles and privileges if they trash an institution that plays an important part in our nation's life. I believe it is time they dropped their titles, or were made to, and lived by their own talents, if they have any to speak of." Palace Intrigue will be right back. Lady Colin Campbell told GB News she was asked by a former private secretary to a member of the royal family to start a petition to strip the Duke and Duchess of Sussex of their titles. Campbell said, "I was actually approached nearly 2 years ago by one of the former private secretaries and asked to start a petition to get Parliament to strip them of their titles. I said I wasn't going to do it because I thought it was a dangerous precedent to set, and there was a dangerous precedent involved with this. But the fact of the matter is that the amendment is tabled under what is really a traitor's amendment, and there is a feeling that Harry and Meghan have betrayed the interests of the monarchy and the country and the Commonwealth. I think if the family doesn't do something, there's no good reason why Parliament doesn't do something, so I am basically in favour of it. I think this, amidst Scobie's nonsense, has been the final straw because there's absolutely no doubt in my mind, and I don't think there's any doubt in anybody with a brain, that Meghan is behind it. I also understand that she wrong-footed Harry, that Harry didn't realise that any of this was coming, and that there's hell to be paid at the moment in Montecito." Kate was back to being wonderful as she visited the Evelina London's Children's Hospital today. The Mirror reported that the regular old mum of 3 wore a blue trouser suit by Sarah Burton for Alexander McQueen and navy high heels, and also checked out the new space-themed artwork which adorns the hospital and was chosen by patients and staff. We're told Kate chatted to 2 young girls, Ella and Chloe, who showed the princess their artwork. Unrelated to Kate's outing, hackers issued a threat to disclose private medical records of the British royal family, including x-rays, consultants' letters, clinical notes, and pathology reports, demanding a $380,000 Bitcoin ransom. The Daily Mail reports that the group has warned of releasing the stolen data from London's King Edward VII's hospital unless they receive 10 Bitcoins. Unique files are presented to your attention. Data from the royal family, a large amount of patient and employee data, sale in one lot, the group announced on the dark web, also showcasing images of the documents they intend to sell. King Charles is on the list of finalists for Time's Person of the Year. He is up against several people, including Vladimir Putin and Taylor Swift. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify or Apple or your app of choice. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button for us. It really helps. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.